Well, this is a thing. Hello everybody. This is the first of hopefully many, although there probably won't be one for a while. Um, yeah, this is gonna be probably a little long. We'll see. I'm gonna try to keep it somewhat short, but I'm terrible at that. So this is completely unscripted. There's no sense or rhyme or reason to anything. What? Don't mind me just drinking some gamer fuel. Uh, so yes, hello, I am the founder and CEO of Elaztek Studios and the project lead of the Blamite Game Engine. What's a Blamite, you might be asking? Well, for those unaware, the main idea behind Blamite is to make an engine that is similar to the engine that the Halo games use. Not in the sense that it's using like any Microsoft code or anything, or that it's like a big reverse engineering project. No, it's a lot less deep than that. It's basically just it's primarily all superficial, I guess you would say. Like the underlying code is not designed to mimic the old Blamite code or 343's code or anything, whatever they're doing. It's not designed to mimic any of that. It's just designed to sort of look kind of like that old that old engine. And we're gonna I figure there's enough to kind of show off. I figure this will be kind of fun. Show off a little bit of the engine. I guess first we'll start. I'll make y'all wait to actually see the actual engine itself. Let's go through the file structure a little bit, although it's kind of got some extra garbage in here, but we'll just kind of go through it. These two are just specifically for what's it called? These are different libraries that it used. I'll go through kind of each of these. They're pretty simple. This the Blam library is the actual main engine component. Like this is where the actual game engine is. Keystone is a sort of wrapper library that wraps around Qt, and I'll get to why I made a little library for that in a minute. Strings is basically generally anything that's, well, funnily enough, it actually doesn't store strings at all. It is basically just a general purpose kind of shared utility library with like kind of like very, I guess not any game engine specific code. It's just like kind of general purpose utilities like converting things to other things, just very commonly used stuff, just kind of general purpose stuff, as well as also third-party libraries that are used across multiple projects, like RapidXML. That's one of the libraries we use. That would be in there since it's used in a couple places. And then that's all we got here. Then this is Qt. And this is why the reason why there's Keystone is because without Keystone, all of this fucking bullshit would be in this folder, and I hate that. Look at all this garbage just to fucking get some UI. It's so stupid and it pisses me off, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna make Keystone. And yeah, that's how that works. Now you might be wondering, coming back to these, why is this called Keystone? Why is this called strings? Well, this comes straight into our little superficial topic here. Let me hide that from just in case something pops up there shouldn't be. I mean, no, there's nothing that's gonna fucking pop anyway. The worst that'll happen is that you see my name and, well, it's not exactly public. Well, it's not exactly private. It's also not exactly public either. So, and you know, I'm gonna keep it kind of private for now. You'll probably learn it one day, and then you'll come back like, oh well, look at this dude. He's not even sharing his name. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. But don't worry about it. Give me a second. I gotta find it. Microsoft Games. Here we are. We're gonna look over at Halo. Here we are. This is the Halo folder. This is Halo 1 on the PC. You'll notice that there is a keystone.dlo. If you properties this, it doesn't actually show it in here. It shows it if you actually open the DLL in Resource Hacker, it'll tell you. And it's like, oh yeah, it's a content UI tool for games. So that's why that's there. And I figured, oh well, Keystone's UI tool. Okay, well, I'll name my little UI thing Keystone, because why not? And then you also notice strings. Big file description, Halo strings. Now see, unlike the Blamite strings DLL, this one, the Halo strings DLL, actually does store strings. So that's cool. But yeah, that's it. That's all. That's the whole reason. Bink. This is where any movies would be. This is, I think, just from Halo 3. That's just gonna. This isn't gonna. This has been just kind of here. I don't know why. It's never been used. It's been here since like 27. It's been there since 2016 and 2017. I'll probably keep the folder named Bink, but we're not gonna have Bink video for a while. I would like to buy a license eventually, like later on down the road, but we're probably gonna stick to like WebM or some other kind of format, because Bink licenses are fucking expensive as hell. For a regular license, get this, for a license, there's Bink 1 and there's Bink 2. For Bink 2, it's $10,000 per project, you know, which is a bit. I mean, at least it's a one-time fee, I guess. That's cool, I guess. For Bink 1, it's $8,000. Boy, what a fucking discount. So, yeah, we're probably gonna not do that. There's a fucking fly right by my damn face. Content, gallery. Again, this is sort of mimicking the Halo C structure, but these are all theme icons, you could probably tell. These are for the report viewer. We'll get to that in a minute. These are also for the report viewer. And again, we'll get to that soon enough. Data, this here is, these are XML files. This is just, a kind of work in progress. Like, this is actually used, this is new. It's probably not going to be named Halo.xml. These are also kind of placeholder, like this is just a regular OBJ model that's kind of just there temporarily. These are some test shaders. Again, those will be folded into the actual, like, as tags later on in the future, but that kind of stuff's early on, so we'll get to that. Dev data, this is old. This is, none of this works. This doesn't do anything anymore because the code that was made to use this, hold on, let me make sure this isn't gonna pop anything up either. Okay, let me open this in regular notepad instead. Open with, and it doesn't fucking, okay, well, I'm not gonna show you what's in there. But just know that these are awful. These are very small, they don't do anything. They're 1 kilobyte. This is from the old 2017 kind of code. 2016, I don't remember when exactly. It's old. It's whenever I tried to implement a basic Blam script implementation without knowing what the fuck I was doing. That went about as well as you would imagine. As a, someone who doesn't know C++, trying to implement a fucking script parser, that went horrible. And there's HSC, and I was like, oh, let's make CSC. It's command script, and because it's basically just it basically would have just been Halo script, but with less features, and it's terrible. It's awful. There's documentation for it. It's so bad. There's actual documentation that we might look at that. We might not. We'll see. We're currently at 8 minutes in. We haven't even booted the engine yet. Holy crap. Editor themes. This folder contains built-in editor themes. You probably shouldn't touch these. You can, we won't stop you, but if you are looking to customize how your editor looks, we encourage you to instead add a new user theme instead. User themes are feeding the file path up to its root. User theme, which uses Qt with UI and ST support. Link pending. Yeah, that's not done yet. Again, we'll get back to that. Logs. Oh my, there's a lot of logs in here. Oh, fuck. There's a few. I can't help but notice that there's not one for today. There's none for today, and I've booted the engine like 10 minutes ago, so debug. Is there one for today? No, they're all from fucking yesterday. I don't know. Okay, that's probably, I've probably done something wrong, but basically the logging system for Blamite is a little different from what Blam uses. And also, I just, for full disclosure, whenever I say Blam, that's unless I'm saying, oh, well, no, actually no, I'll just say the Halo engine, because Blam could also easily just be confused as this, blam.dll, because this is the actual Blamite Game Engine. And it's like how the description says main executable. That's not executable. But yeah, basically log files, again, we'll come back to those. Everything in here, we'll come back to it. Maps. There's no maps in here, but they will be in here. Again, this would basically be the exact file structure as you would expect to see in one of the Halo games. Like, you have your, info and image. You have an info and images folder in here. Make sure both they would contain your map infos and your BLFs. And then in this folder, you'd also have just your .map files. None of those are here yet, but we do have fonts, and these are all. Again, keep in mind, this is very early stages. Despite the fact that Blamite has technically existed for 4 years, we're recording at fucking 15 frames per second. What the fuck? Can I increase that? Oh my lord. Oh no, it's just because my computer sucks. Never mind. It doesn't even suck. I don't understand. Oh well. Anyway, there's a lot of crew type fonts in here. Because we use part of it is IMGUI, as you can see based on this. This stores kind of all the info, all the different stuff for that. Tells it what fonts to load. And what sizes to load them at more specifically. It can read all the, it can get all the font names, but it doesn't know what size to load everything at. So these are all just kind of placeholder. These will kind of be recommended way. Font table. This is of course another thing. These are in fact. I think actually no. This is the one that is for Blamite. I think this one is one that's just fucking yeeted from Halo 2. It doesn't actually do anything. I don't know why the fuck it's there. I think it's just. I think this is another one of those. It's just been there since like 2017 and it hasn't been removed yet. There's a lot of that. But this is an actual Blamite font package, which would work if you're running under DirectX. I'll probably boot into that and show you some of the other things because there are a couple things over there that are pretty cool, but haven't been brought forward to the new to BGFX yet. That's what we're kind of switching over to because we're kind of moving away from. Well, I say we. It's basically just fucking me at the moment. There are other developers, but they haven't done a whole lot yet. I believe it's mainly just because they've been busy. So, you know, I'm not gonna slander them. They've just been. They're busy boys. They actually have a life, and I fucking kind of don't. So, you know. Oh yeah. So there's two kinds of fonts you can have. There's font packages, which are just a bin file. And then there's unpackaged fonts, which is the same information except in this kind of format. Basically, if you font info.xml, which kind of says what all different kind of glyphs you have. Can I open with just like Notepad? Oh fuck, you can't read that at all. Open with. Let's see, which Visual Studio do you want to open it with? Good fucking question. Yeah, I got it in 2019, and then I can just pull it over, and it's never mind. No, I can't because you know why? Because it looks like this. That would be because font tool, font package, whatever the fuck it's called nowadays. It doesn't actually prettify it. It just makes an XML document and doesn't actually. It's all in one line. So never mind. Okay. Here, one thing I will do though. Let me show you that thing that I couldn't show you before. What was that? What the hell was it? I think it was. Oh yeah, the scripts. Yeah, let me open these over here. And none of them actually open. Oh no, it opened in the window, but it just didn't do it. Okay. Now these are old. These are fucking terrible. Simplified HSC variant used for basic commands and testing. Yeah, this is what it can basically do this. And there's this. See, this looks like, oh wow, it's a script. None of this is dynamic. This like it's specifically looking for a script and static and command action. It's specifically looking for all of these. I don't even think this is how fucking Halo script works. I don't remember. I don't know enough about it. I have to look into it more. But I guarantee you, this This might be, I don't even, this, I'd be surprised if this matches the syntax. Like, obviously I got the comments right, but, like, that's about it. And then, yeah, that works. CSC test. Yeah, basically, this is your command. This is the description for the command. And then this is the actual output. This is back whenever the console was done using IMGUI instead of, like, the actual fonts. Problem is, IMGUI really doesn't like. You can't just draw text at, like, coordinates on screen with IMGUI. You have to draw it, and it has to be out of a window. Because that's kind of what it's built around, not built around just drawing fucking text on screen like an idiot. And so, and it definitely doesn't have support for, like, drop shadows for text either. So, in order to have that console, it was really horrible. And basically, this is how you would tell that this is printing something, is that you would prepend this. Yup. It's awful. This whole fucking thing. Echo? That's not even... Good grief, man. I don't... Because this is... What I've slowly gathered about Halo script, or Blam script, whatever the hell you want to call it, is that basically these, like, you would run commands in here. And that console commands are actually script functions. I've learned that much, at least, so Anyway, moving on. Was there something in here? Oh, yeah, I guess I'll show you these real quick. Game engine text, basically, not everything is in here. There's still a lot that's not in here. Basically, this is sort of the kind of equivalent to the game engine string table within a bunch of games. But it's also just kind of a replacement for, like, the Win32 kind of string table. So strings are not in strings.dll. Strings are in here, and not all of them are in here, but a lot of them are. Eventually, all the, like, I want to have as minimum like hard coded, like, I mean, obviously there'll be some cases where, you know, you just have strings in, like, code for, like, you know, very specific things, but, like, generally anything that's, like, actual, like, sentences or, like, messages would be in here somewhere instead. But that's a long thing. Oh yeah, and also every error code, almost, except for the couple new ones that haven't been added over here yet, every error code has a description over here, which basically, you know, there's an error and it wants to show it, like, it can just, you know, show the description and be like, oh, it's like user-friendly descriptions. Well, user-friendly in the sense that user-readable, that makes sense, sort of. I'm sure you know. Grandma running Blamite isn't gonna fucking know what an SDL or an OpenGL is, or what well, I don't know what initialize is, but, or what IMGUI or any of this other bullshit is. Yeah, that's that. And then there's this. This is actually new. Ooh! It does the thing. It actually does. Actually, I added this, and then I added it in such a way where this actually couldn't be used because of where this gets used. Basically, this just gets printed. This is the first thing that gets printed to console now. If you are running a build locally that's not from Jenkins. Yeah, we have Jenkins, by the way, and it's, like, really cool. Globals.xml, basically anything in here gets loaded in as an engine global, which I also have since realized that engine globals are also part of the scripting engine. So I've kind of independently built up parts of the scripting engine without there being a scripting engine, and kind of, like, in this weird context, but it's okay, because guess what? You know what? This isn't the Blam engine. This is the Blamite engine, and it's a little different. And that'll be something that'll become a recurring theme. It's been 18 minutes and we have not booted the game yet. Let me real quick plugins. Oh yes, okay, so this, I am gonna go through this first. So basically, in the Bungie engine, I've looked into this a bit because I was gonna see maybe if there was, like, a kind of a, because I was really struggling on how I wanted to implement this. I've got it pretty much where I want it now, and I think it'll be okay. I say that, but I'm sure in, like, 6 months there'll be something that I learn that I'm like, oh man, this whole thing sucks. Let me rewrite it like this instead. Because what seems to be a common thing is that I've been recently going back to my older code for the engine and rewriting a lot of it. Like just recently, just today and yesterday, the old config system just got completely overhauled and replaced because the old one was terrible. Not too long ago, the logging system got overhauled in order to add support for reports, because at first it was just a log file, just debug.html, instead of having support for like different reports. What else did I fucking rewrite? I think those are the. Well, no, there's been a couple of those. I can't remember them because I'm tired and it's 11 p.m. at night and I need Well, no, I don't need to go to bed for another 4 hours, so we're fine. But yeah. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. So in the. And this is our engine. Well, okay. Basically, here's how this works. The game engine itself is what ultimately decides how tags are laid out. However, in addition to actually storing like the actual data structure of a tag, it also does store the layout of a tag, which I actually think, like, another thing, but I think Halo 2 does that as well. And probably the other iterations after that. But don't worry about it. It's not quite the same. I don't think. I don't fucking know. I don't have their damn code. The one thing I referenced kind of to get an idea of this is basically the GDC 2005 kind of talk they did. It was like, I think it's like they called it containing the flood is their name that Microsoft made them put on it. I remember that part. But I believe like the tools also kind of just reference those structures directly. Basically what we've done is or what basically the approach I'm taking instead is that, yes, the game engine will decide the layout of a tag. However, what it'll also do is it'll basically, at startup, it will generate these plugin files, which for those of you who are maybe familiar with the modding scene, you fucking won't be able to read this because it's in this kind of form because it's all fucking spaced out. That sucks. Is there one of these that's maybe a little smaller that I can kind of quickly kind of reformat for you so you can read it? I think this one will work. Yeah, this one will work. Do that. Is this one is like, I think this, yeah, this one has like 2 fields. Okay, so we'll save that and I'll put it over here. This is more or less the exact kind of format that the a lot of the Halo modding kind of utilities, at the very least assembly, use. Basically this is where my code is based on, including this exact line here, automatically generated plugin. There's a couple of changes, obviously. But this is all, the engine generates this at startup with a command switch, and there's also a console command that you can run as well to do it. There's no console at the moment, but there is kind of a console. We'll get to that. There's a console for DirectX, but not for BGFX. And I will go show you that because it's gonna be a while, and I might as well show you everything, right? Or not everything, but like most of the things that are cool and the things that are less cool, like this. But yes, there are revisions. Yes, and basically the engine will store revisions for every different tag changes. Not the ideal system. Ideally, like tag layouts would be kind of somewhat self-contained. Then those layouts, like it'd be like, say you would start by something like this, and then this would get converted to the data structure, and then maybe, I don't know. I mean, my thought is that ultimately the game engine itself knows best how to deal with tags, so it knows what the hell to do. I guess the key difference is that basically, and don't quote me on this, but within Blamite there is both. Basically, there's tags. There's the actual tag class, and then there's the actual tag data. Tag data is just a struct. It's just a data structure, and that's it. That's just plain structure. The actual tag class is actually what determines this layout, and this layout only actually matters for 2 things. One is plugin generation, and the other is basically the ability to edit tags in engine. Because without the tag class, it doesn't know. It doesn't know what the layout. It doesn't know how to Like he sees the data, but it doesn't know it doesn't know what any of it is really. So yeah, that's how that works. And it also is designed to be basically you can just kind of throw any tag. It's designed to be easily extended upon. Like, oh, we can just easily throw in a new tag class, make a couple new structures, and then everything that can deal with tags can deal with that. And then the idea is that the actual data behind it is just a struct. That way, there's no like performance, or there's at least there's very minimal performance overhead from. Because you're not like, oh, seek through a list of fields named, like, oh, you don't have to get reflex, get block, colors. Okay, get field color, get value as color, and it's like all that other shit. That'd be the alternative, and that would be fucking horrible. So yeah, none of that. That's plugins. Reports. Reports. There's a few. Basically, there's a few different ways you can do reports. I will go ahead and clear this, and it is gonna. Let me backspace that. You know, actually, you're probably gonna end up seeing it anyway, but I'm not that worried about it at this point, to be honest. Yes, this is a cool thing. This is the thing that I like. This is the reports viewer. It doesn't. Wow, it doesn't actually like that. That's a little bug I need to fix. This is. So basically, I got the idea for this whenever I first started, because at first I just saw like logs, reports. They were just stored as text files. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I saw, wait a minute, Halo 2 has HTML log files. That's weird. Okay. And then they kind of looked basically like this. And then they look like this, except imagine if all this surrounding stuff was just here. Imagine it was just this stuff. And I was like, well, that's kind of not exciting. That's kind of eh. And I was like, well, wait a minute. This is HTML. I know how to web design. I know how to HTML and CSS. What if we make a whole like little viewer for this? And that's what this is. So basically, at startup, the engine will generate all the different report files. It'll build this little list here of all of the different possible report files, and then you can just switch between them just by clicking. Check that shit out. There's nothing here because there's no shaders. UI debug, yup. Tag debug, loaded new local tag, debug full. Basically, this contains everything from all log files. You can't tell, but this is, I mean, basically this stuff, anything that gets logged over here and here does not get logged in here, because this is just debug. Basically, this is kind of your just general first catch-all. And then this, everything goes in here, no matter what. But if we kind of scroll down here a bit, kind of see what's going on. Oh yeah, but you also see, oh, it actually doesn't show. Never mind, I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyway, let's go back down here. It's kind of loading all the different globals. Some of these colors are different. Working on it. Lots of stuff in here. Yeah, and this is me when I was this is actually a log from the previous video that just got uploaded. There's like, it's like 2 or 3 minutes. It's like director demo whip work in progress. Yeah, so here's this. It's pretty cool. Old default. This is what it started out as. It looks considerably fucking worse. I don't know what the fuck I was on. I don't know what kind of crack, drugs, amphetamines I was fucking smoking to think this was at all acceptable. Then I made some other themes. I was like, yeah, let's make one that looks like Windows 95. That looks cool. And you can see that the background color, if you remember, is the same color that is the clear color for everything. This is of course plain. This is basically designed for, this is just what the old school HTML logs. They look like this, except they have there's the actual report viewer. This is Visual Studio Dark. This is just Visual Studio. This is just the kind of dark theme. It's designed to basically mimic Visual Studio's dark theme, and then as you can tell, this and this, like this is very much based off of this, but given more of that blue, or doing more of that kind of basically this is more just kind of purely gray, whereas this is more of like a bluish kind of gray because that looks it's cool. It's designed to more be like the midnight theme that you see on the website, and yes. Yeah, and that's how that works. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty basic, but it's neat. It's pretty helpful, I think. I think so, at least. Um, and then of course these are all the actual report files, and you can also just straight up open these. Maybe. Ah, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, you can still just open these just fine. They will have the CSS a little bit, because they do include the styling, because that's just how it works at the moment. I may keep like that in mind. I may make it where it doesn't do that, but we'll see. Yeah, and there are various settings you can change, like because in Halo 2 there's like these weird kind of artifact characters, that you can have it enabled. You can configure it to where it'll add those, if you want. You can have it logged as plain text files instead of HTML. You can have it print this or not. This was originally, for a very long time, this was disabled, but I went ahead and said, fuck it, I'm gonna turn it back on because it just looks nice. So we did. So yeah. And then of course tags. There are a couple tags in here. Can I open this? Can I just open in EXD? I can't right now. There's not my marker showing there anyway. It's just binary data. So without further ado, actually no, hold on. I'm gonna make you wait just a little longer, because I want to show you the engine configuration. And this is actually a little new. I can kind of see this is the old one. This is the old format. Shit, no, I don't know what a DLL file. This is what it used to look like. Not too different. I want to draw your attention to the fact that, like, right, basically it just says game data root equals after, and then this has a little pound sign before it. Or I refuse. Oh no, I don't refuse to call it hashtag. I never called it the hashtag or the pound sign. I called it the number sign. So like, I don't know, man. I got the little number sign before it. Basically that indicates it's a comment. That's how that works. Basically this is how the config was for a very long time. Up until, like, again, a couple days ago actually. And everything kind of had segments, but they didn't really mean anything. Like, this was like, again, these are all just comments. As far as the actual indicators is where these are all just settings. And that was, that was fine. But I wanted to make it better. So I made it better. And so now you'll notice these comments again, because now this indicates an actual, like, this is an actual section. The new config actually has configuration sections. And it also has these little prefixes, like S, F, B. What's that? Well, if you notice, B, false. What starts with the B and is true or false? Boolean, float, string, and I think there's an int in here somewhere. There's one int and it's confer, and it's still Boolean. It's always been one. I'm seriously thinking about just making it always stay one forever. Unless, like, cause like, holy fuck, that'd be like the biggest meme. Like, in like a decade, it's just still fucking one after like literally 10 years. So yeah, that's how that works. I hope that showing that URL is okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it'll be okay. We'll just have to I think there's other stuff inside the actual engine that'll make it that needs it to work. I don't know. We'll fucking see. If nothing else, I'll just change it, or I get Michael to change it. Either or. But yeah, basically this tells it what type it is, because again, before it didn't know what the hell any of this was. It's just like, okay, like, basically you could recreate any config setting as anything, and you can still technically do it. It'll try to do it, but if it can't, it'll yell at you and be like, oh, so it'll blog to constantly like, oh, this isn't the Boolean, this is no, and then whatnot. So, and there's another reason for that, because by doing all that, it enables something else, which I'll show you in just a moment. I'm gonna show you one more file, which is this. Basically, this, as you can see, comments here are delimited with the semicolon, but it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just a config file. Basically, this can be used to change the colors in the stylized HTML reports. Because reports can be stylized or unstylized. Stylized being that, you get the report viewer and you get all the fancy CSS. Unstylized is just Halo 2 style, or Halo 2 Vista style, where it's just plain HTML with no nothing. But you can basically configure all the different colors for these. That's how that works. And then you can I think there's a setting in here to basically have it automatically use like the classic Bungie colors. I'll probably end up making those just standard colors because some of the, I don't like air being like orange. I feel like air should be red and something, and severe should be something else. I don't know. We'll see. But without further ado, let's start the fucking game. Well, game, quote unquote. Here we are. Here it is. And now you may think, oh, the text here, and this is, well, actually you wouldn't know that this is IMGUI. But this is being done via IMGUI. You can tell it because it's not actually monospace, and so as the numbers change, this shit moves ever so slightly. Yeah, it sucks. What can you do? It's because console and debug menu and like basically the bitmap text rendering system does not work with BGFX yet, and this is BGFX. Yeah, you'll remember this. Here's a little camera. I will go ahead and kind of go over kind of this a little bit. It should basically show kind of because the last one was just a silent kind of commentary. So here we are. You can look around, of course. You can move around. By default, it's pan cam. So in order to move up and down, you do R and F, just like. And oh gosh, the frame rate. See, it's not the actual frame rate. You see, the FPS is 120, but like OBS is like 15, and it feels okay. It's come back a little bit. Okay. And of course you can zoom in by right clicking, and you capture input by holding down middle mouse. Again, just like Sapien. You can zoom in and out. It's not completely done yet because basically on my personal channel, Halo's Awesome C19, I know it's a great name. I made it when I was like 10, and I've just never changed it. Neither same with the profile picture. I just never changed it, and I probably never will. But you know, don't worry about it. It's fine. Over there, basically I made a little video of like basically kind of demonstrating how the Halo 2, how basically the director in the actual Blam engine, or the Halo engine, has this kind of weird like rubbery kind of bounce effect. I will not be able to capture this with OBS because you have to have like good frame rate to be able to even see it, because it's pretty subtle, but it is there. Like I can notice it, and that has not been translated over. So you know, by default you do have acceleration. So that's cool. Come over here. As you can see, this is way too big because I'm running at a higher DPI scaling. Both so you can see, and this is actually on accident, but it kind of works out. Basically, turn off move acceleration, and I can. Oh, I guess I can collapse it. That'll help. And see, basically, so now it's just you start and you stop. There's no acceleration. There's no smoothness. It's just. You get the idea. And then lock camera, that does work. So basically, now if I do this, you can't move, you can't zoom, you can't do nothing. It's locked. Basically, the idea is like, say if you're trying to get something very specific, you don't accidentally, like, I don't know, like, oh, you're like, oh fuck, I moved the cameras in the perfect spot. Dadgummit. You can do that. I'll turn that back on. Look acceleration, that again has not been added. That'll maybe be added. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know how to do that yet. Kind of not sure. Camera bouncing. I can show you what it. Because it sort of does it. It's like, I don't know. It's sort of there. Like it's really like weird. It's really annoying. That's gonna take some fucking real effort. But yeah, I mean this does work. It works fine. Otherwise, you can turn off panic cam, and now you just forward. Rise and fall are still just straight up and down. But now forward will just take you exactly where you're looking. That's how that works. We're gonna turn pan cam back on because that's good. And there are little tooltips here that kind of tell you what all's going on. This here, basically, if this was a Jenkins build, it would show the Git commit up here. But since this is just running off my local, I just built it with Visual Studio, so it's not gonna have that. Also, fun fact, all the console output gets written to STD out. Just a pro tip. Oh, and also you can press shift to change the speed, and it goes exactly how it does in Sapien. So you start at 1. This is 1, 5, 20, 40, 100. And the clipping distance is pretty small, but that's just because the default. You can change it and it works fine. You can also make it really low, and the fucking frame rate's going to shit again. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on. Let me check Task Manager. Task Manager is fucking fine. I don't even think none of the cores are being maxed out. What's the fucking problem? It has to be IO or something. I don't know, man. That doesn't do anything. This also does nothing. I think it's supposed to do something, but it's like weird socket stuff. That's something that's where something Vertigo did. I don't know if I don't think it works. Again, DirectX only. Engine text viewer. Basically, this is not done yet at all. But basically, this will show you every basically all the different strings. Like you have this, and you have your little. Yeah, it's not very pretty. I plan to fix that later, but all the game engine strings show up in here. That's kind of neat. Tag editor. Yes, tags. I can't freaking see. Resize the dang on window. Gosh. There we go. See, see this, and this, like, see, this actually will work. They go fuck yourself block. And that crashes because I think because the tag is of an outdated format, and I've since changed the format. I'm almost certain that would be fine. With if you create a new tag, it's just that there were some changes that were made. I think. I don't know, man. Let me test it by creating a new color table tag. Add entry, test. Let me make it red. Add another one. Blue. Blah. Yes. Perfect. So make it blue. Save the disk. Entry 0. Reload from disk. That appears to be fine. Just to make sure it's absolutely fine. Oh, what the fuck's in console? That doesn't smell good, but it appears to work. That's a bug. We'll fix it eventually. If I'm not mistaken, though, I can actually, because of the way the way it generates the kind of random ID for a new memory created tag is such that if I restart the game, and I create a new color table tag, it'll have that same ID. So then if I reload from disk, yeah, we'll actually have our data. And now see, it's fine. So no, it's just this tag is just of an old format or some shit. So yeah, that's fine. And then let me just make sure it's not an issue with the bitmap. I can't even fucking select it. There, oh no, I can't. Just the text doesn't update. Okay, that's cool. Just to make sure, let me add an entry. 72. 70. Oh yes, 72. Close enough. Child block. Add one of these. 3D texture. Save to disk. Load from disk. And it's fine. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, this just old tag. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's good. Don't question it. It'll be all right. I promise. So yeah, tags do work, and since the engine knows layout, it can actually build you can have an in-game tag editor. How cool is that? You almost don't even need Gorilla, but you know we're gonna have Gorilla because this is, you know, Gorilla needs to do more. Globals editor. Ah yes, also again not done because nothing is done. Nothing's gonna be done for a long time. All the global variables are gonna be in here, and we'll have an editor. We'll have a little editor just specifically for it. I plan to make it where You can search, and basically as you type, it'll update it, and it'll kind of filter by name. And then group it as, basically you would have a tab for each type of global. And then you could kind of filter that way, and then as well as search. So, yeah. Not done yet. Should be pretty simple. Haven't got to it yet. Directory debug, we already went through that. These don't do anything. Open game there, that just opens the game directory. Open port viewer, that opens that port viewer. This, of course, exits the game. As you see, that's exactly what it says on the label. There you go. Treats, again, does nothing. Network. Rich presence. This may work. I don't think it does, but it might. The library is really old, so but that worked at some point. It theoretically should still, but we're not gonna worry about it. This is DirectX only. I'll come back to that. Also DirectX only. These are old. Crash test. I don't think that's not the crash test. Okay, don't worry about it. That used to be a crash test. I don't know what happened. The access key dialog. This is fucking ancient. This might actually be in the old 2018 video. Oh boy. You know it's good when you see question marks. Oh boy, you know it's good when you type into it and the game crashes. Oh joy. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that was basically I was like, oh yeah, I can lock the engine down by I'm gonna make it where there's a product we have to type in a little key to get in. Not used anymore, as you can see. I just boot up just fine because that's ridiculous. It's like the engine is so fucking powerful. We can't let anybody see this. Oh my gosh. Like that old 2018 video that it shows as being just uploaded. That was uploaded 2 years ago on the date that says in the damn title, and that was unlisted. And there's the old description that's like is something like, oh, this is Elaztek confidential. If you redistribute this, then you'll be fucking. You're gonna kill your fucking family. It's like, what the fucking hell? I was just. Oh no, man! It's like we can't let anybody see this fucking IMGY test, and you might even. And it's kind of surprising how you look at that old video, and on a service level, it's shocking how similar it is. Like if I look away, and you get rid of that. Like I think, can I get rid of that? Can I toggle that off? I don't. Maybe I can. I don't know. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't know. But it's like it's ridiculous. It's just like. I don't know, man. 4 milliseconds frame, that seems really high. It was like 1 earlier. I'm gonna guess it's just down to the computer lagging about a bit. Yo, what the fuck? Font. Oh, good. It does nothing. Oh, none of these do anything because. Oh, I see why. Because. Cannot find any IMGY window named show IMGY font picker. This has to do with the recent changes I made again. And that kind of we can come over to this old menu and old menu V2. Okay, so as of right now, this menu is controlled through an XML file. Originally, it was hard coded. It's like that for. Again, and this is very recent. This was like just up until a few days ago. This was the menu. I have it in here as a little window, and this is exactly as it is. You can see it's almost the same. It's just pretty much. I don't think anything's really changed. That says not yet implemented, but you'll see that it's still that is over here. That needs to be grayed out. That's a bug. I'll fix it later. This is the OG menu. Basically, at one point I redid the menu as this, as well as added the this thing, the git commit, and then the old menu I just left in there because I think there are actually a couple things in here that don't do any that actually are still. Oh yeah, none of these do anything. This may be the one from that old video. I'm not actually sure. I have to go back and check. Oh yeah, the chat. Yes, we had a guy on our team named JT, and he was supposed to write some. I don't know what the fuck the point of this would have even been, to be honest. I was like, yeah, we're gonna have a chat client in the engine that connects to a chat server that runs Java. Fucking why? What's the fucking point of having a chat server in fucking Java for an engine? What the hell is the point of this? And this window is just here. Like, it's so dumb, man. Network poker doesn't do anything. This also isn't even a fucking host name. Again. So basically, a lot of this stuff in here is see, originally a lot of the engine was not anything what you see right now. Like earlier, I said that the code base has been around for basically 4 years. That's true. However, meaningful, actual, what I would consider to be actual meaningful engine development probably didn't happen until mid. Actually, I don't when it was like 2019. That's whenever like real engine development started to actually happen. That's whenever things started. Like, that's whenever like because up until that point, it was just me. Elaztek didn't even fucking really launch as a thing until like 2017. Elaztek itself goes back to 2013 under the name Halo Man Development. And then I think 2014 or 15 is whenever I came up with the name Elaztek and got the domain. And it didn't. And then I did a couple test websites on it, but it wasn't until 2017 that it actually launched. But fucking like up until 2019, most of what I did with this game, with this engine, is just shit like this, where it's just like, oh, it'd be cool if the test this tool is used to connect the test to connect to the Elaztek master server. There is no fucking master server. There is no. This isn't a host name. This doesn't exist. This doesn't do anything. There's so much fucking shit in here. There's nothing. Like this. This isn't reading the file. This is the old version of the fucking file. Why is it 12? This isn't even a version. These options. Holy. Oh man, I just realized some of these options. Yeah, 2016. Oh boy. We're gonna come back to that. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna go through that. I'm gonna rant at myself in a minute. Configuration. That's the same thing except this. This fucking idea was not a bad idea, and it took until fucking a few days ago, and it's not. Oh, because it's the same title. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. This is the new configuration editor. This is what this does. Check it out. This fucking idea has existed for 4 years. And it took until like yesterday or the day before that for it actually for it to be an actual tool that worked. Yup, that's where we're at. Anyway, hold on. Theme selector. Oh wow, this actually this is another thing that got overhauled. Yeah, because hold on, I'm trying to do like 3 things at once and I just can't. Crash test again opens a fucking. Why does it open that? I don't get that. Okay. Access key dialog. That's that same dialog that crashes. That does nothing. Force load map. That opens a demo window. That does that. Does this actually? Oh, it does work. Wow, and if you look in the 2018 video, this doesn't work. Nice. Another window works. Hey. Oh shit. Oh no. That doesn't work. Oh shit. There's some old. That's how you know it's old code. That's how you know it's old because it fucking crashes whenever you click on a button. But no, basically everything from fucking back then. All of what I did was just like this, like all these menu options, like runtime counter, coordinates, network info, usage info, stats. Redditor clean that does work. Does that. It's kind of siege reducing now because BGFX is double buffered, so to kind of cycle between these two kind of things. But yeah, but it's cool. It was a lot cooler whenever it didn't do that. And there's a thing that a command line switch to have it not do that. It's pretty cool. It basically is like, it's neat. It's fun. And that'll also probably be turned off eventually anyway because if there's 3D geometry everywhere, then you don't actually need it. Oh yeah, and guess what? Wait, I just realized. Hold on. Oh fucking, what's going on? Oh, that cube is having trouble. Oh shit. Okay, that's better. Like all this, like this shit, it just doesn't do anything. Memory editor, object info. What the fuck, like? See, I know this is just supposed to be like an overview of the engine, but fuck, man, I cannot fucking. I get so mad at myself, at my young self. Like, this is so stupid. I mean, like, it's still here. I mean, like, part of me, like, you know, I can't get rid of it because I want to keep laughing at. I want to keep fucking being angry at myself. But fuck's sake, man, I didn't have a damn clue. And that's why it took until 2980 for any meaningful progress to happen, because everything before that was all this, like, superficial nothing. Like, nothingness. Like, just fake windows that don't do anything. Like, all this, it's just all this, like, placeholder shit that doesn't work. Like, network tools advanced. This doesn't, none of these open anything. There's no windows, these windows don't exist. There's no master server. The IP doesn't go anywhere. It's not even a hosting, it's not even Cloudflare. There's nothing. What the fuck's a runtime counter? What's a usage info? There's no networking. There's no fucking network poker. Why is there chat? Why is there fucking memory editor? What's object info? What is that? What does any of this fucking shit mean? I don't know. I didn't know back then. I just thought, oh, that's a cool stuff to add it in the menu. Anyway. I'm just mad. This user guide, that thing that's still there. Yeah. Same shit. Even references the same thing, that's funny. But yeah, that's the old menu. It's there. And I don't know if it'll always be there, but it'll be there for a good while yet. I might leave it in there forever. We'll see. So, theme slider. Again, the other thing. I was more worried about having fucking little color schemes for the fucking UI. Instead of having fucking, you know, the engine that works. This is the new version, so you have all your different themes in here, and you notice it changes the font. Wow, crazy. Blank pink. A lot of these themes are kind of crap. You have your default kind of UI fonts. You got classic, light, dark. This is kind of the blue theme. Pink, old, Xenia. What's classic? Oh, it's just the older version of the Elaztek blue theme. MQI old. It's almost the same as this one. Windows 9X. That's. Ah, yes. Source. Yeah, I tried to replicate the fucking Half-Life 2 shit. OS X. That's literally just the light theme, except with a different font and slightly more borders. That's so dumb. Did I mention that was dumb? Metrics. You can change the metrics. Default 2x, square. Yeah, basically actual metrics like different like sizes, scaling things. Font packages, you got all these. You can change your font right from here. It's cool. I think this actually will work. I can update the scale. Where's the UI? But it does actually double it. There we go. That's back to normal. Yeah, and then these do not just reference these. Basically, this is an actual theme system. And then this is just like, again, these, when you click this calls a function that manually sets all the styles. It's so bad. Man. Debug menu. So there's two debug menus. I can show you one of them at the moment, and then one of them I'll have to go and edit the config, and then hopefully it'll fucking work. It actually may not work, because I was having issues with it earlier, so we're gonna hope and pray. Can I make it a little smaller so it fit on the screen? Yes. It says it's not supported because I want people to use the actual debug menu by pressing page up, which does nothing at the moment. But basically it's just kind of an experiment because I was like, okay, well I've got all the debug menu kind of data as a separate thing, so theoretically could I just use it to make an IMGUI version? And the answer is yes. Most of this does nothing because this is just straight up copied and fucking pasted from the Halo 2 debug menu init.txt file, and then just made. It is a little different because see, that debug menu doesn't actually adhere to the XML standard for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I mean, did they you gonna tell me they made their own fucking XML kind of format just for this? Like, that seems fucking insane. I don't know if they did or not, but it's close enough. I basically just did some very light. It was doing those very light modifications, and then here it is. Yeah, so you see, literally, these are Halo 2 levels. You see, and it's not perfect because it's not designed for this, but basically nothing in here will actually work or anything because these are not. This actually is the only thing, but again, this doesn't apply to anything except for the other UI. Which, guess what? You can't see it now because we're that's only on DirectX and hasn't been ported over yet. This is my little dummy category. But eventually, basically, it'll probably be like this rough kind of layout. But again, the other cool thing is that since it's an XML file, anyone can just anyone using the engine or like working on the engine or working with the engine can just edit this to what they're liking. They can add new categories, they can move categories, they can clear the whole thing out and add just like 5 fucking commands. I can add a command in here that just prints like lol XD to the console and that's it. So, yeah, it's cool. And this is kind of doubles as like a kind of a rough skeleton of what the eventual thing would be. And then, see, it tried to run map name scenario solo flood lab, but it doesn't fucking exist. That's cool. And of course, that doesn't actually do anything. It also says this is not a valid function or script name. Debug toggle debug menu. Oh yeah, because I need to add that command. That's right. I forgot. Network tools not placeholder. Cheats again not yet implemented. I think that's actually most of the kind of tools. Is that? I mean, oh, this is about Blamite. That needs to be updated. Build number commit build number only be up. What the fuck? Commit build number individual will be inaccurate if this executable was built locally. Only built required via Jenkins or Buildmaster. Oh yeah, Buildmaster. Fuck me. Well, accurate build information. So before I did Jenkins, I was gonna make something called Buildmaster, which was gonna be a whole build system. It was gonna be made to look and feel like the Bungie build system. I may do that at some point just for fun, but right now we're pretty much using Jenkins. And if I do make it, it'll probably just be like a shell for Jenkins, if nothing else, if anything. But I might do it just for the sake of having it there, because it might, probably look kind of cool. Because I did make a little HTML file for it. I kind of like translated the little screenshots to just plain HTML files. I don't know, we'll see. But it's basically just Jenkins. The commit, all this is revision. I only recently, okay, so you'll see 001, 0001, 0001. I only just days ago found out what the fuck these last 4 numbers are. I thought this was like some kind of build minor or like revision or something like. Alright, here's the build, date, revision, and the code name for project. Almost, but not quite. These 4 numbers are the time in 24-hour format. I fucking found that. Someone just said that in the Alpha Archive Discord, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta fucking fix that. So now Jenkins will actually, basic part of the Jenkins build process, we have a tool called VerStamp, or Version Stamper, which has a fucking beautiful icon that I love. Let me fucking show you this shit right now. Wrong folder. Internal tool. There it is. Look at that fucking icon. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wait, what am I doing? I can just fucking show you the icon. First down. Res. Oh yeah, here you can actually see all the different icons. This is the original icon. Then it was that one. And then it was that one. And now it's that one. Because basically the way it works, right before it builds all the source code, it will basically stamp a head. It'll basically replace placeholders in a header file, and then basically that's where it gets all these different or like preprocessor macros is what it'll replace, and that's where it gets all these different, like the version number up here, and then in here all this kind of stuff, and then where'd my thing go? But yes, I made this fucking icon in 2020, and it made it look old on purpose, and it's fucking beautiful, and that is in 256 colors, and it's beautiful, and you have to like it. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I don't know what I'm fucking doing at that point. So, yeah. There's a changelog. It opens up a link to the Blamite update notes blog, which is empty. Actually, it has 3 hidden entries that are all placeholder credits. This is just the fucking assembly credits. I plan to keep all this in here somewhere, but like as like under like a different like kind of subsection or something, because like, you know, fucking none of the actual developers of Elaztek are listed here, and instead people who worked on assembly are listed here who had no fucking involvement in this. Because again, this doesn't use any code from assembly at all, or anything that it uses. There is no effect. This is not. I want to reiterate, this engine is not designed to replicate. This is not like a reverse engineering of the Halo engine. It is nothing like that. It is designed to look like the Halo engine. It is designed to be super. It is basically the idea is that if you look at like the game, if you look at like the folder, like you come over here and it's like, oh, what's the wrong fucking for? You come over here like, oh wow, it looks like it's a Halo. It's used as a Halo engine. It's designed to basically, if you get this far, wow, there's map files and there's fonts and there's Bink videos, but there's not. Oh, there's no Bink. Oh, there's different format. Whatever, Bink. Yeah. Reports. Wow, it looks like the. Wow, it's crazy. It's all superficial. Basically, it's all designed to be like, if you're just looking at it from like the surface, then it's like, basically that's what it's designed to be. It's designed to basically, if you look at it from the surface, then it looks like the Halo engine. But under the hood, the only fucking resemblance is entirely fucking coincidence. There is no Blamite code in here. There is no Microsoft code in here. To my knowledge, there's none of that that's even been leaked in the first place. And if there is, I don't fucking have it, and I don't want to have it, and I don't need it, because it's not the point. Because the Halo engine is not perfect. It has problems. Namely the fact that A, it's fucking old, and B, the fact that it is poorly documented. Which has created, from what I understand, has created a ton of headache, both for Bungie themselves, and especially for 343, who didn't fucking make this engine, and now sitting here gardening it and updating it for Halo 4 and then Halo 5, and then eventually they just said, fuck it, we have to tear down the whole fucking thing and rebuild it fucking for, and call it slow space for Halo Infinite. Because I'm sure they say that, because they, they say, oh, it's a brand new engine from the ground up. I am in the camp of thinking that's probably halfway true. Like, there's probably it's probably largely new, but I would be surprised if, it's not, based off this. I'd be surprised if it doesn't use tags. I'm gonna be sad if it doesn't use tags. If there's no tags or map or cache files in there somewhere, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be so disappointed. And that's another reason why I think, like, because not many people have come through anyway, but there's been a couple people like, oh man, that's illegal. There was someone who fucking said it was illegal for me to, like, the fact that the debug menu, like the fact that as a placeholder, I took the I essentially copied and pasted the XML file from the that Halo 2 used. That was stealing source code, because in their mind, XML is source code. XML is not fucking source code, and now I haven't talked to a lawyer, but I talked to someone who has talked to lawyers, and they fucking actually knows their shit legally enough to where that's not fucking source code. So it's just like, again, like, and like, it's like XML is settings. It's data. It's like, it's the equivalent of, like, just a file format. It's an XML. It's just, that's all it fucking is. And it's just, there's no assets in there. It just references, like, assets, It's just, it stores commands. Like, if you come under, like, what the hell? Like, sheets, drop objects, Like, the fuck? Like, you can't drop, like, these assets are not here. These are just commands. There's literally just a line that says plasma grenade, and it said to run a command called, it said the command drop objects, weapons, melee, jackal shield dot weapon. That, the asset is not here. That's not how this fucking works. And so, but like, there's basically what I'm getting is that there's been people who've been concerned from a legal perspective. I am not concerned about it at all because, again, there is no Bungie Microsoft source code anywhere in here, and there never will be. Because that's part of the fucking thing. If you come on the team, it's like we make that very clear. Like, this is not. I mean, this isn't even like because my thought is that, like, even something like ReactOS is fucking legal, and ReactOS is trying to, from like fucking code level, like, completely reverse engineer Windows and be like something that's entirely compatible. We're not even trying to be compatible with any Blam content. I mean, it'd be cool, don't get me wrong, but like, that's not part of the goal. Like, our goal ultimately is to create a modern engine that, on the surface, looks like the Halo engine. That's the goal. It's not to make an engine that is completely, oh yeah, like, oh, you could just, you know, you're not gonna be able to just drag a map from Halo 1 or Halo 3 or Halo 2 or wherever, just drop it in there and have it run. Like, that's not what we're doing. We're making a modern game engine that looks like the Halo engine, and then we're gonna use it for whatever the hell games we want to make. And we might even fucking start selling. We might, at some point, if there's like, you know, if there's an audience for it, we might even sell like licenses for the engine or something. Like, I'll probably do it more like kind of similar to what Unreal does, where it's like basically anyone can have full access to source code and everything. But basically, if you earn in X amount of if you get X amount of like revenue or profit or whatever, then that basically that point you start earning. Basically, it's like a royalty system, as opposed to like, oh, here, buy a license for like $1,000, because fucking like, no one's gonna buy that shit, especially not in 2020 where anyone can grab Unreal or Unity and like just go. And I guess that's the other thing. Why aren't we just using Unreal or Unity? Why am I making Blamite? Why am I making this engine that it took 4 years to get a cube on the screen? Or I guess 1 if you count fucking from 2019 onward, which is still not exactly fast. Because it's because, well, for me at least, a couple reasons. I want to own completely the software that we're making. I want to be able to have an engine that is, you know, specifically tailored to whatever games we're making. And top of that, I'm a Halo fan. You know, I've been a Halo fan forever. You know, it's just like I feel like there's a particular kind of I don't know. I mean, I know it's all just in my head and it doesn't really matter, but like, I don't know. I've always, you know, there's like almost like kind of magic to, you know, modding, like, you know, making Halo mods like for Halo 3 or Reach, doing all that kind of stuff. There's always this kind of magic to like that fucking engine. It's like, you know, I want to make something that kind of captures that, and then then at the same time is like my own kind of creation here. You know, something that, you know, we can, you know, it's an engine that we can say, yeah, we made our own game engine and it's good. Because it's one thing to make an engine, it's another thing to make it a good engine that is like easy enough to use. You know, that people besides just us want to use. Because, you know, well, I say easy enough to make an engine. It's not easy enough to make an engine. Making an engine all is pretty fucking, you know, it's difficult. And again, it took a year to get a cube on screen. I mean, granted, most times the actual getting the cube on screen probably only took a week or two. It's just that I was doing lots. Basically, I was doing a lot of other things besides like the stuff you can see. Like, I kind of feel like it's a benefit, because I think a lot of people. I remember when I was starting out, like saying lots like, oh, just use an engine. You really need to use a regular like Unreal Unity, because starting out it's gonna be really important for you to be able to see your progress, like visually. Whereas thing is, most of what's happened with Blamite, I mean, again, over the course of 2 years, visually, not much is fucking different. I mean, really. like, the biggest visual difference is that this cube is here, and like you run a DirectX, there's a debug menu in the console, and those are cool. Those are fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong. But like, you know, for a lot of people, you know, if you go that long, that's just, you know, like, to me, I can be all right without seeing much on screen. You know, I'm not too focused on getting everything on screen right now. You know, I'm more focused on, like, okay, let's get all the underlying technical stuff done, like, because it's not like nothing has happened over the past year. Tags, font packages, config got overhauled, debug menu, console. Those can be brought over to BGFX, but and I'll probably not be writing most of it as a result because I don't like the old fucking way it's set up. It's really kind of clunky and just sucks, especially the debug menu. Console is kind of okay. But you know, it's just like, what, Critter? I have a cat named Critter, by the way. He's talking to me. But for me, it's like, I mean, I like the technical stuff, and I suppose that partially has to do with the fact that, you know, it's my own engine, it's my own software, and I'm a fucking Halo nerd, and I have this infatuation with even the software that it uses. And yes, my cursor is a diamond sword. Fucking get over it. I know someone's gonna say something about that, because every time I put out a YouTube video and share it on like Discord and you see my mouse, and it's like, bro, you diamond sword mouse cursor. I'm like, yup. I'm like, whoa, it's so cringe. I'm like, I don't care. Shut up. But oh yeah, that works with DirectX. Let's see. Oh yeah, font test. Oh yes, this thing. There's no real point to this, but it's kind of neat. Oh hey, this redraw button doesn't actually exist. Height. That's size. Can I do fixed sys? Awesome. Yeah, one thing I was trying to do is trying to see if I can like somehow use this to draw the text, like, but I couldn't get it to like work properly. So the way it's gonna be done is that there's gonna be a font package that actually is just fix this. Because yes. Yes. Okay. So I kind of went on a little tangent there. Let me go ahead and boot into try to boot into DirectX. I cannot promise this will work because yeah. If it doesn't work, then I'll have to show that a different day. Where is it? DirectX. Technically, if you set it to anything that's not BGFX or OpenGL or Vulkan, it'll work. Oh shit! It worked. Can I? Debug menu does not. Oh, because there's no console command. Does console work? The console doesn't work. Oh no! What happened? What did I do wrong? Oh fuck! Hold on. Okay, holy fuck, that took a damn minute. I don't know how much time has elapsed since I paused it. Yeah. The good news is I fixed it. So what took so fucking long? Basically it was crashing whenever it went to DirectX because apparently for some reason the new frame event was, I guess, happening too fast, and like the I don't know what was going on, but it was causing the event listeners, basically whenever it tries to fire the event to all the event listeners, it throws a fit. And the debug menu has an event listener as well as the console. The good thing is that now you can see it, and the other cool thing is that, and yeah, here's the other cool thing, I'm really proud of this, is that I don't know if the quality will pick this up, but let me if I get real big, like okay, see how that's kind of like maybe like blurry. When I do that, all of a sudden it's crisp. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. How big can we go? Okay, so right there, see, it's kind of Like mainly, like again, look at the text. I kind of like it's kind of blurry, like kind of like I mean, like texture filtering. I guess would be the thing. There might be. See, another thing about it, there actually maybe this may just be like a setting somewhere. But what I did is I made something that actually would upscale the bitmap, and so it looks nice and just crisp. And I don't know if it's this or not, but man, does it look good. I'm so proud of that. What it means basically is that you can have that happen, like, and you know, like basically, you know, if you're me and you're running at a 4K display, although granted, basically this would be what it would normally look like, at like 1080p. Basically, this is what it would look like. It's a little small. You want a little bit bigger, like 1080p or not. Like, just say you want it bigger. There you go. You can make it bigger. You make it pretty much any size. You have some rounding issues, but you know, or lost precision, but that's fine. It works. And the table menu does work. Come over here, there you go. That does work. You can, and it works pretty much exactly like you would expect it to work. And you can even see there's a little animation there. The code for this sucks. I don't like it. It's probably gonna get rewritten whenever I start re-implementing it into BGFX. But and you try to edit that, it's like, oh, it could be using the debug menu, as you know. But otherwise, I mean, it works. You see, you got the arrows going up and down. Like, see right there, you got the little arrow. You go there, arrow, and this is all pixel fucking perfect to the original. Like, I fucking literally took screenshots and fucking measured the fucking pixels using fucking Halo 2 Sapien as a reference. Cause you know, it's actually that's how I want to get like, you know, a truly crisp, pixel perfect image screenshot to begin with. But yeah, and now you kind of see like kind of the difference here. Debug menu goes top of everything, of course. That's by design. You see, clear text, UI skill factor. Oh. And it will update here in real time, and you can actually, oh shit. You can drag it, and it will kind of do its thing. Oh jeez. Can I fix it even? I think I've irreparably fucked it. Oh jeez. It's very small. Wait, I know how to fix it. Guess what? UI scale factor 2. Okay, so it hasn't been updated to use the console doesn't see, it's using the game engine text game engine string for that, but it doesn't actually place it. But as you can see, or maybe see, it's crisp now. Now it's not perfect. You should notice that took a fucking second to draw all that. I don't know if that's because of the console. That's because it's also logging into the file. But you know, it's fine. You also see colors don't work. That's because some changes were made because the changes made to reports that it went, like the old console wasn't really designed. Was never this old console was never updated to kind of handle that. Again, that'll be something that gets changed once everything gets once like kind of bitmap text rendering and debug menu and console get re-implemented under BGFX. But you see how that works. Screen res I believe works. Screen res 1920 by 1080. Screen res 640 by 480. It all does work, and it all does keep it to be nice. Script screen res 1280 by 720. There you go. It's great. And you can set it like something like absurd too, like 10 by 5. That might just crash it. Okay, no, it is still running, but because the actual Game Engine. See, look. I pulled up here. You can't see anything, but you see, like, I can go up. Like, it is still doing it. It's just that it's so small that DirectX doesn't know what to fucking do, so it's just kind of done. So we're gonna do that. And this will crash, by the way. Oh, never mind. It actually didn't. Every other time I fucking did it, it crashed. Literally every other fucking time. For fuck's sake. There's we handle separate thread. But yeah. This works. Not on the BGFX. And it fucking barely works. DirectX like crashes like 80% of the time. And I pressing the wrong key. But I mean, this is stuff that's happened, you know? Of course, there's no 3D, as you can see. If we want 3D, we have to close that. And then we have to come over to Engine.crg. We gotta come over down here. Find this. Change over to BGFX. And then start the game. And it will work just fine, but our debug menu is no longer with us, nor is our console. It's very sad. And I can't click anything. Apparently I've broken the middle mouse because I can't actually do anything anymore. I don't know what I did, but I can't middle mouse it anymore. Fuck. Hold on a second. I think I know. Oh, I think I know might be it. Because I think it's trying to listen to the new frame event, but I fucking blocked it. Yeah, that's how I had to get it to work, by the way. I got to just straight up fucking block the new frame event. Like, every time a new frame event got in, just return. Just don't even do anything. I don't know why it was fucking crashing. The pointers, like the pointer to the event listener would just be fucking lost. Again, don't know what the fuck that was all about. But whatever, I guess. It's fine. It's fine, right? And yep, that did fix it. Alright. So we're good. Yeah, I mean, I guess we kind of got a little off topic. I don't even. I think I was talking. I might have been on something earlier before the whole pause. But I was maybe getting at something, but I don't know what it was because I had to spend like fucking half an hour fixing a bug temporarily, and then now the bug is back. Like if I boot into DirectX right now, it'll crash again. It'll crash again, but oh well. The DirectX code sucks, and it's the future is BGFX, and eventually all that DirectX code is gonna get nuked anyway, and that'll be nice. But that's what else we kind of say, it's like up for for the majority of Blamite's life thus far, it's been on DirectX. That's where it kind of is, because fun fact, the Blamite codebase was built off of the back of the fucking IMQI like DirectX 11 example fucking code. Like that was the base. And that's what it was. That's why if you come over to where is all this other kind of bullshit, why a lot of this was here, is just because all I could do is get IMQI to come up, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I'm gonna make the playthrough for like the memory editor and object info. It's just so dumb. But the fuck, I just heard like a little speaker audio sound. I don't know if that was just me or what. I don't know. I'm pretty tired. You could probably hear my voice and the fact that I'm barely able to get words together. Yeah, but I guess we'll kind of wrap it up here, more or less. This is the Blamite status update 2020 edition, right at the end of the fucking year. It may seem like not much has happened since 2018, and not much has visually happened, but the code base from 2018 to 2020 is unrecognizable. Like, I'm not sure if it's still in the I'm not sure if it's in the GitLab or not, because it might have been after that where we had some pretty major issues. Like we lost a lot of the old Git data because the GitLab broke. Luckily, it's been fine since then, but that happened once, so some of the earlier commits are gone, unfortunately, which sucks. There are like the tags are still like around, like the like basically like the major releases. But whenever, because you can if you look up here, or actually it'd be easier if I show you this 00, like see how it's like the build 6, because back whenever that only ever be incremented under like significant, like after significant changes, is basically how that worked. Only significant changes would ever see that be incremented. And so like, and then if you build it locally, it still says 6 just because like that was the last version that was, done that way. Nowadays, the actual more representative version number is actually just what Jenkins spits out. Which I think right now we're on what, 2. Let me see. Can I show this? Is there anything sensitive I need to be more about, or can I just show the Jenkins as it is? If I can do that, then I will do that. Oh, HPS required. Yes, continue to Jenkins. Come on, you can do it, Jenkins. Let's go. Yeah, right now we're up to 285. Yeah, I can go show it. Why not? Let me zoom out to what, 50%, so you can actually see it. Here it is, Jenkins, and you can see build history. You see 7 tried to build because stuff. I don't know how that happened actually. But yeah, this is Jenkins, and 285. You can see most of these are just 0, like the time is 001. But right here, this is when I got the times working. So now this was built at 3:32 a.m., 8:21 a.m., 11:40. This is built at, let's see, that would be 2:11 Central time, by the way. That's not, yeah, because time zone is just. But you see, this machine is just like it's just in the other room. It's in my house. So Central time. That's how this works. And the company's gonna be built in this state. So whenever we eventually get get employees in a building and all that other good stuff. Yeah, there's Jenkins. It's pretty good. Now of course, oh yeah, old builds were at the other like on the old project, which is over here, because originally it was just a freestyle project. The main thing is that you notice the what's it called? Stage view. This is new. I like this. This is really cool because you can actually see now it builds all different platforms. Because originally it didn't do this. It only built like, I think it only built like debug, like Win32, and that was it. Now it builds all of them, and then you can actually, in the end, it actually times everything, so you actually see how long everything takes. You see, the torus, what takes the longest is the fucking compressing the artifacts. It takes fucking 17 minutes to compress the damn artifacts. It's insane. I mean, they're pretty big archives, 270 megabytes, but holy fuck. But yeah, prior to, yeah, this one goes back to 268. Then these are fake. Don't worry about these. These are lies. This is that one is a lie. Basically 267 and prior are all over here. I wonder what the oldest one is. 200. Let's go to 100. To 7. Yeah, here it is. The first Jenkins build. October 7th, 2019. 2:36 a.m. It even fucking says the same time, so we could actually retroactively fucking populate those. Of course, there's 2. I'm not sure what happened there, but oh, there's no 8. There's no 9. There's no 10. There's an 11. The fuck happened to? I think these are probably me setting up fucking Jenkins. What the fuck? What? Okay, hold on a damn minute. You mean to tell me that everything from fucking from 8 up to 50, from everything between 7 and 59 is fucking just not there. What the hell? You kidding me? Oh no, this all just displays as 7. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I guess you can see the URL up here. Jenkins, I mean, it doesn't matter. You can't log into it. Jenkins Elaztek. Not that it's fucking very, secret anyway. Wow, I wonder what the Elaztek Jenkins is at. I wonder if it's Jenkins Elaztek. Oh, it is JenkinsElastek.com. Wow, there it is. So yeah, it's not exactly novel, but So yeah, you can't log in. Everything's private because. Well, open source is something that might have that. Oh, I say might have. It probably will happen at some point. I don't know when exactly, but that is kind of something I plan to do. Eventually, I can't say when yet, but I do eventually want to do that because I think that might help in kind of encouraging more people to help work on it. Because then pretty much anybody can work on it to some degree and put in a pull request or whatever. And B, it might people might be more willing to come help with this project if it's an open source project. It's like oh I'm not just helping this because I wonder if people maybe have this idea that I'm just a greedy businessman and I'm just trying to get labor out of people and fucking just make the I want free labor to help me build this engine, and then whenever that happens I'm just gonna tell everybody to go fuck themselves, and then haha. I mean, I don't know. The main reason I'm kind of hesitant to do it is just because, to me, that's kind of like there's a no take backs thing. That's kind of like a one way street. At least that's how I view it. Like technically, it's not, but to me it effectively is, because like you don't open source something and then take it and then close source it again. That's a dick fucking move, and that's a good way to get everybody to hate you instantly. So just fucking, why would you at that point, like what, like why? I guess one thing is, okay, if you never open source to begin with, okay, well, fair enough. But if you fucking open source and then take it back, then you're just evil. Which, I mean, I wouldn't say evil, but it's just really scummy and it's just not good. But, I don't know, that might happen at some point, we'll see. This recording is fucking, how long is it? And almost 2 hours. Not quite, but almost. So we're gonna go wrap it up here. If you made it this far, awesome. You're probably either crazy or you're a nerd or you're just really interested in what this Blamite thing is. What's this weird kind of thing? Wow, look at this game engine that can only render a cube. That's fucking great. Yeah, look how advanced, technical it is. It can barely fucking handle 200 FPS without recording. Well, that's all recording. It gets like fucking 1,000 whenever it's, not recording. And that's an unoptimized code. And that's why it's debugging at the moment as well. Keep that in mind too. Because I believe if you run it in release mode, it's a lot faster. But I haven't run it like that for a while, so I don't know for sure. But yeah. If you're I guess I'll know this. If you're interested in helping build this game engine, if this kind of thing seems like something cool that you might want to work on, apply. You can join the team. Go to Elaztek.com and click join the team in the navigation bar. It's right there. You will have to make an account first, I believe, in order to do that. But it's pretty simple. It's just like signing up to any other website. Just make the account and go to join the team. Apply there. If you're I just recently added a FAQ page. Not that anybody asked the questions, but just because it's the kind of FAQ page where I can imagine these being questions that people would have, and then so I put in a kind of bunch of those, and it's also kind of a way to better go into depth about the kind of what the project is. There are things near that I actually didn't show off, but I gotta go to bed soon anyway, so I figured maybe that'll say it means something that there's to save to another day, because the only thing that's really worth showing off at this point is the old Gorilla code base, but it's gonna get rewritten anyway, and so I think we'll wait on that to whenever there's the new Gorilla gets created in C++ instead of C# using Qt. Because Qt is really fucking cool, and I'll show you all why whenever we get that far. Yeah, this just if you don't have to be a pro with C++. I I mean, more skill, more ability is better. I mean, you need to be competent in it. Like, you need to be a pro. I don't need 10 years experience, but you know, I mean, it's a game. It's a game engine. It's in C++. Obviously, something like that. You need to be able to fucking not just be a C++ noob. As much as I have been a C++ noob, writing a lot of this, I am kind of paying for it by having to go back and rewrite a lot of code, and I want to kind of minimize that. Like, I get that because it's my project, damn it. So I'm allowed to fuck up and do dumb shit like that. If you're, I don't need, like, a portfolio is good. I think it might still say, like, oh, this is required. It's not really required. It's just like, if you can somehow demonstrate to me that you're competent in C++ somehow, then, like, that's all I really need. Like, if you can do C++, and primarily, especially if you have any kind of knowledge with, like, 3D graphics programming, because that is something we need. Like, I mean, because we know it's a game engine, it's a 3D game engine. We're not a 2D game engine, because I've never been into 2D. There is gonna be some 2D aspect to it, but, like, that's gonna be that's going on top of the whole 3D thing. So that's gonna be a whole thing. I don't know. I then lost my train of thought. Shit. But yeah, if this is something that maybe interests you, the idea of basically building a game engine and having something that maybe is building a game engine in general, that's appeals to you, apply by all means. You don't have to have expert knowledge on the Halo engine, because again, this is largely if you're just looking at the code, it's not the Halo engine. It's just from a code perspective, it's just its own. It's Blamite. It's not Blam. It's Blamite, and it doesn't really have any. It doesn't have any Blam code in it. Generally, it's just whenever you're talking about, like, things like tools, the way log messages are printed, basically, like, all the surface level kind of things that people will see. In some technical aspects, like tags, for instance, things like that, there will be, I'll probably step in and be like, okay, we got to do it this way, and so if that needs to come up, I mean, you'll know, I'll tell you, and then that's how that'll work. So it's not like you don't need to be some Halo modding veteran to come in here. Although if you are in that crowd of people, if you're someone who has knowledge on the Halo engine, even if you can't code C++, apply to me, because it would be really it could be helpful in cases help maybe help kind of just kind of as a general guidance kind of here and there, like, okay, well, how does this work, how does that work, what do you think would be the best kind of approach here, that kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. Of course, then again, I think about it more. I don't know. If you're in that crowd, apply, just because, if nothing else, I'd like to talk to you for a bit and just, just talk for a bit, and, maybe, I don't know. I'm too tired to fucking be doing this outro, man. This is a 3-minute outro. Fuck's sake. So, we're gonna wrap it up, or try to. If you're interested, apply. If not, don't. If you're interested but you can't code, just spread the word. Tell people that we exist. If you know someone who's, like, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say how or how not to do it. Just if you've stumbled upon this video or stumbled upon or anything, if you can't code, you can't do nothing like that, spread the word, because the big issue right now is that nobody knows that we exist. Nobody knows that there's a Blamite Game Engine, hardly. There's like a few people, there's like a handful of people who know it, and like that's it. So if you want to help but you can't code, that's a great way to do it, is to just help us get the word out that we exist and that we're looking for people to join the team and to help do stuff. I'll probably post, once this is uploaded, I'll probably post it on like Twitter and social media, so I'll be like, hey, here's a video, we're looking for developers, yada yada. But we'll see. And then I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess one more thing. To full disclosure. Whenever basically there we're not. I mean, we're basically fuck. If you are planning on joining the team, keep in mind this is largely being treated like a fan project. This is treated like a typical fan project. This is like basically you're not gonna get paid like anytime soon, at least. What I would like to do is like say Blamite's developed and we're able to sell it. We're able to or make a game with it. We can sell that. We start getting money. At that point, I mean, I'm obviously like at that point I would try my best to compensate people based on how much or how much they've contributed. Ideally, anybody who contributed anything would get something. And then also at that point, like say if people are pretty good, if they've contributed a fair bit of code, I know that they're fucking good developers. If we do reach that point of like we're switching over to business, you would be extended a job offer at that point. But just keep in mind that's many years away, many years away, and I can't guarantee that anything will happen because it's also possible that we make the engine and that we don't, it's cool, but then we don't make any money off it. So there's no company and there are no employees. So keep in mind that could be a thing as well. Just treat it like volunteer work, and as such, there's not really much expectation in terms of just hours. Just it's mainly just if you could put in a few hours a week, that'd be awesome. If you can just ideally just if you want to help, be here to fucking help. That's my only thing that I ask. If you're interested, just there are no like you gotta be here. Oh, you gotta contribute this much code, this much hours. Just if you're interested, and if you want to help. That's it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It's just like I said, treat it like you're applying to be like you're wanting to join one of the teams for one of the other Halo fan projects. Just treat it like that. That's effectively kind of our model at the moment. And then it might change at some point here in a number of years once the engine is capable and we have a game going. At some point, things might change. I would hope that things change. Ideally, we would make the engine, make a game, sell the engine and/or the game, and then we're making enough money where I can hire on everybody as an employee, and then we get paid out, and then we really go, and then we fucking move to the next level. I can't guarantee that, so I'm not going to. So just keep in mind, do not expect financial compensation. That's all I'm basically saying. I know I could have said it a lot quicker, but you see, I have this problem. I say too many words. I go very in depth with the things that I say. And that me being tired also doesn't help that. So we're gonna just wrap it up right there. I'll put some links in the description to the Elaztek website, where to apply, etc., etc. Sorry for being so long. I planned for this to be like 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe I'll re-record it with more of a kind of script. We'll see. I don't know. Probably fucking not. I'm not gonna probably bother because I'm not gonna have time. I'll be too busy working on the actual engine. Yeah. See you next time, whenever that may be. It will probably be a while, but you never know. I mean, lots happened within just the past year. I mean, the engine has definitely made some significant progress, primarily under the hood, but still, progress is progress. We do have a cube now. We are at the point of being able to render something in 3D space. Not very much, but it's a start. So we're slowly starting. We're moving slow and steady, but we are moving at a pretty consistent pace, I would say, and it's pretty cool. So, oh yeah, because it's a YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share the video with all your family and friends and your dog and your cat. We need at least one cat we need a cat as a mascot. Or I don't know. I need to fucking sleep. I'm sure somebody's going to this is horribly unprofessional. Yes, it is unprofessional because that's just how this works. This is an unscripted video. What the hell do you expect? It's an unscripted video it is now 1 a.m. I don't know if I said the time whenever I first started the video, but yeah, 1 a.m. So, 12:52 a.m. to be precise. So, yeah, what do you expect from me? So yeah, I will see you all next time in I don't know how long. Keep it on the website because we do post news announcements over there periodically. Uh, yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I've covered all my bases on the little outro. I really need to get something down. All right, talk to you later, everybody.